Hey everybody, this is Shooter FPV and welcome to my bench. What I got is the Player1 frame. It's a collaboration between BrockleeFPV and WoodChuckFPV. WoodChuckFPV is the creator of the Wasp frames, 3-inch, 5-inch. I got both actually. They're great frames. But this one here is, I think it's going to be my favorite at this point. But anyway, this is going to be a build series. I'm going to go through building it from the ground up. It's actually going to be my first digital. I don't have the goggles yet. I have them on pre-order, so I won't be able to fly it until they come in, probably in a couple of weeks, but at least I'll get it together. It'll be together by then. So I'm going to do this in a series of videos going through, each step of the process, ESC, flight controller, Vista, all that good stuff. And you can see how it comes together, and then hopefully at the end it'll fly. I'm sure it will, but I think it'll be a great frame. It looks really good. There are tons and tons and tons of Stl files that they give you with this. You can print them yourself, or you can order the prints with it if you don't have a 3D printer. I do, so I kind of picked my color. Purple looks really cool. My son likes purple, purple and black, so kind of did it for him. So anyway, let's get to the bench and get this going. All right, welcome to the bench. You can see the parts for the frame. They're all laid out, but I'm going to go over the parts, the other parts of the build before the frame, just to show you what I'm going to put in it. So for motors, I'm going to do the Emax Echo 2, the 2306 2400 kV. I really like these motors. I have them on another build. I might do Success, so I'll do the output limit, and and I'll try it. I mean, I got a bunch of Success batteries just sitting around. I only have one quad actually that's really built exactly for it. So we'll see. So the flight controller will be the T-Motor F7 Mini. It's the HD version. It came with the FPV crate, the sub 250 box this past month. So yeah, so I figured I'd use it. It seems pretty good. I mean, it's F7, so can't be all that bad, right? And actually with that, I got separately, I got the Mini 45 amp 4-in-1 ESC. It's 32-bit, which is good. So it should match up with the flight controller pretty well. So that's that. And of course, I'm going to do Crossfire, so that should fit nicely. It's actually the SE, so it's got the Immortal T in there, so that'll be good. And then the biggest part of this is that I'm actually going to go digital. I got the goggles on pre-order. Ordered them a couple of weeks ago from Newbie Drone, but they they haven't come in yet, so can't wait actually. So I'm really psyched. This will be my first digital build, so it should be pretty darn skippy. So all right, so the Player1 is looks like a really decent frame. The arms are actually 5mm. You can see how thick they are. That's pretty cool. And since I'm not that great, I'm glad that they're thick so that I don't break them. The bottom plate is 3, still pretty thick. It's really cool. The top plate is 2mm. So, and then you actually have the front cage for the camera. These are 2mm. So they kind of go like that. Then you got, you can't see them in the picture here, so I'll slide them over. So you got some 8, 12, and 16mm screws. The 8s are for like the camera cage and the top plate and all that kind of stuff. The 12 is for the arms, and the 16 are actually, they go through the arms, and they the standoffs will screw into them. And you got 2 sets. You got 20mm and 15. The 20, 2 are for the camera cage and 2 are for the rear, and the 15s actually go with the arms because they're a little taller, so you only need 15. And with this frame, it's unreal. They give you access to so many STL files to print. Different kind of GoPro mount, arm guards, which I printed here. And I love these. The reason I love these is because you can see the holes are bigger. They actually go on the arms over the screws. I've used arm guards before where they screw in. You got to put them on first and then you screw them down, but they never get tight because the TPU is so squishy that you can never get them tight. So what you do is you put the motors on, and then it just slips right over. So it just like clamps on the side here, and I mean, it's great. I mean, the motors are super tight, and this just goes on. If you lose one, you print one, another one, and just clamp it on, and you're good to go. Also, this is a front skid for the camera cage, and that kind of just sandwiches in here, kind of like so. Gives protection for the camera that way, and on the bottom. So I'll show that in detail when I put the frame together, but as you can see, it fits like that. It's pretty cool. All right, so, and also, what else? Oh yeah, the GoPro mount. I have a Hero 6. This is actually for a 567, but he's also got session mounts as well. And what else? We got the crossfire for the Immortal T and the antenna for the Vista. And they actually have a bunch of rear ends like this for different kind of configurations. And then these I actually stole from the Gank Mutiny. These are arm guards, or actually motor wire guards for the arms. You just plop them on here, you feed the wires, put them over the motor wires, zip tie them down, and it's good protection if your prop happens to bend. You don't want the motor wires to get cut. So, and I actually stole these, like I said, from the Mutiny. Gank multi-rotors, look for them on Thingiverse. You can print them yourself. They're pretty cool. So that's it for that. So let's get this going. So, and if these are just they sit on top of the arms like so. They go like that. So we're going to take the 12s and we're going to come up through the bottom, and what I'll do is I will loosely put these things on here. See, so it's loose, so I don't have to worry about feeding the other screws in. Oh, yeah, I guess I should get the arm in there, right? So, let's see. Try to get that up through there. Yeah, I know, I should have probably done this a different way, but that's all right. Let's see if I can get that up in there. Yeah, what am I doing wrong here? I probably should have tightened that up a little bit. Alright, so that'll sit there. That'll sit there. Bring this thing through. And where did my screw go? Oh, it's still in. Ah! Look at that. There we go. Alright, I'm still not going to tighten them just yet. I'm going to loosen that one up a little bit so I can get these other screws in here too. So let's do these 16s. As you can see, they go right up in here. And then what happens is you take the 15 and you just screw it in to there. And we will do the other one. Feed that up through there just like that. Screw that into there. Not tight yet, but actually, yeah, actually I can go for it on this one because it's already good. So I'm going to tighten this up. Little word of advice. If you build a lot like me, you kind of want to not cheap out on your tools, especially the hex drivers. This is from MIP. Got a full set of 4 of these. I paid almost 20 bucks a piece, and you know what? That's expensive, but in the 2.5 years I've had these, I've never stripped a screw. Or at least the head part anyway. So, definitely worth it, in my opinion. So now what I'm going to do is, and also, I know you guys probably all do this anyways, but heat shrink on the pliers, so that way when you're doing the standoffs, you don't scratch them up. Especially when you're using color like purple, you want it to be scratch-free. Why not? You're just going to wreck it anyway, but, or at least I'm going to wreck it anyway. Alright, so we'll tighten that up. See that? Nice and clean. So now, we shall do the other side. What I'm going to do this time, though, is I'm going to do it a little different. I'm actually going to put the screws in first. I'll put this in. I'll put that in there. Yeah. Tolerances are good. A little tight, but that's good. You want that. You don't want it wiggling around and stuff. And then I'll put the 16 in here for this. Where are you? And we'll screw that in as well. And then we will do the other arm. We'll do the same thing. We'll do the 12 first. And we'll do the 16 for the standoff. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you changed all your clocks already by now. Daylight saving, all that good stuff. Actually, what we'll do is I'm gonna drop these 12s down so that way I can get that top plate on, or the arm brace, not top plate. All right, slide that over that. And there's number 1, and number 2. I'll just still keep them a little loose for now. Well, yeah, so I can get these in. So there's your other 15. That's in there. And this one here. Things pretty tight. And let's get the standoffs. All right. So here we go. This is the main part of it. So now, one thing that's kind of cool with this frame is that the camera cage pieces actually interlock with the top plate, like so. Makes it a little more solid anyway. See? And then these notches on the bottom will go into here. So when you put this all together, it will be really solid. So let's do that. You can see it fits right in there. Again, the tolerances are pretty good, so you might have to squish it a little bit, but that's good. And then you can see how they line up in there. Oh yeah, also what we wanted to do was throw in the rear standoffs. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take this off. And we'll put the rear standoffs in. It's just easier that way. There's one. And there's two. And again, we'll take the heat shrunk pliers. Tighten that up. Try not to do the standoffs too tight, because I know sometimes they can strip inside, and that's actually not good. Alright, so there we go. Got all the same height, looking pretty good. So let's throw this back on again. And what I'll do is, yeah, I'll do the top plate first, why not? And then we'll show you the camera cage. It's funny when you get these frames, they come in a real small package. They're all wrapped up and everything, and you're like, wow, how does that little package turn into this pretty freaking cool frame? What I'll do is, when I'm done with this, I'll throw it on the scale and we'll see what we got for weight. Seems pretty light anyway. And so if you guys don't know, and if you made it this far in the video, I should have mentioned it earlier, this frame is a collab with BrockleeFPV from FPV Hangout. He has actually one of the most awesome streams every Thursday night at 8 p.m. We talk about anything and everything that has to do with quads. He plays videos from anybody that wants to submit one up on Discord. It's a really great time, really cool people there. So he collaborated with Kevin Seeley, who actually created the Wasp frames. He has the baby Wasp, and this is the big Wasp. I say big because it's 5-inch, but he's got the 3-inch and 5-inch, really cool frames. Really good guy to deal with. He's always there for questions and you know, any kind of things that you need. And you know what? I just realized that I am short. I'm short 2 screws. Ah, wow. Not sure how that happened. Unless I did something wrong, but I don't think I did. So let's just put this part together. Oops, I'll throw this in here. Oops, throw this in here. Ah. All right, so just use your imagination. Picture that there's screws and a standoff in there, but this is it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw some stuff on the floor. I'm gonna get out my little scale, and what I'll do is I usually just throw this on there so it has something to stand with, and we shall do this. And let me throw this on there somewhere. So it looks like 112. So that's not bad. It's actually pretty light. I like it. I like the top mount battery. Let's get rid of the scale. Oops. But yeah, actually I like it. It's nice and, you know, nice and low. The Vista should fit really well back here. Flight controller, ESC, all that good stuff, camera. But yeah, so this is it. All assembled. Well, of course, except for this. And we're ready to go. So I'm going to do parts. I'm going to make like different parts of this. The next part will be putting the motors on, and probably wiring up the, probably doing the motors and wiring up the, soldering up the ESC and all that good stuff. Then the next part will be the flight controller, and then probably after that will be the Vista. So I'll just do parts. That way you can all see this thing come into shape, and hopefully I won't crash it. All right, so that's it for now, and I hope you guys take care, rip some packs, stay safe, and we'll see you for the next part. Hey everybody, I just wanted to add this to the end of the frame build. Kind of didn't talk about the some of the 3D printed parts. I didn't put them on, so I just wanted to have you guys see what they look like. The arm guards, they were kind of a pain to get on because I think I printed them with too high infill, so they were kind of hard to bend. But like I was talking about before, see how like right in there, you can put your motor screws in there and not have to worry about the arm guard, which is awesome. So I like that. This is the skid plate for the camera. It adds protection, so if you're coming in, you know, coming in hard, like I usually do, you know, crap doesn't get, you know, behind the camera, under there, and into the frame and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Plus, I guess it's probably a little aerodynamic doing it that way. It's got the little grooves in it, as you can see there, so that's pretty cool. And then this is just the rear of the frame with the Immortal T-mount and the Vista antenna mount, so you can throw that in there. So yeah, so I just wanted to show it to you real quick. The GoPro, I did the 30 degree, but he also has 25, so you can see what you got to do is you got to put this the standoff here inside there, and these two screws will just take care of the frame on here, and there you go. So again, just wanted to add this so you guys can see what that looks like. And in the next video, I will be throwing on the motors and wiring up the ESC. All right, so take care, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.